What are you doing?
Diving deep down into the darkness of the fridge to clean the back of it, where none of us can reach.
Good luck.
Thank you. Gross. Got more spots to clean. But we don't see from our perspective. How's it looking down there?
Looks dry. Finally. We've been plagued with leaks for 2 years now. And I've always kind of thought that they were maybe related to port lights. And we got the ports in now. They're all caulked and the trim rings are on. And we are bone dry down here. And it rained pretty heavy yesterday, all day long. So, finally.
What's that fridge doing behind you?
It's running now. Kelly got it all cleaned out. Now we can actually move some food into it, and we can maybe even move on board here pretty soon.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you. The food says thank you too.
What you got going on here?
I have things to put in the galley. So, baggies and spices and salt and all sorts of dry goods, pantry items. Excited.
Very exciting. Moving on board soon.
Always gotta have a Old Bay.
Marylander.
What?
Marylander.
You like Old Bay too. Sadly, I had to get rid of like 4/5 of the spices that we had because we like to cook, but there's not enough space.
Only so much space.
Yeah.
That's true.
I didn't throw them in the trash. I, donated them to the little brother who's experimenting with his cooking.
What'd you find, Mrs. Clean?
This is clean.
Yeah.
It's not cleaning up.
No?
No, I think the wood is stained and it looks gross, so you might want to get like a cabinet liner or something.
Do that, or I could paint it with the bilge coat that I've got.
Will it cure in time that we can actually put stuff on it and it's not gonna get all like ripped up?
Yeah, should only take a couple days or something to cure, so.
Okay, I guess I'll wait to put this stuff in there.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. I was just so excited.
Looks mighty fine in here.
It's about the best I can do for now until I can put stuff in there. That's everything. It's not super pretty. You probably can't hear me over the helicopter. But all of this right here is gonna go in there. So we should have space for everything that we had left over in our old pantry in our house, so that's good.
Excellent.
And it seems it was the right amount of spices. So 1/5 of our former spice supply is this right now. So, ta-da!
Very good.
So, the people want to know,
What do they want to know?
how long are we going to be doing this? How long are we going to be living on this boat?
It's a bit open-ended. We kind of laid out a framework for what we would want to do and some places we want to go, and we've got basically 2 years planned out if we decide to continue on that long, and then we'll take it from there. So nothing really set in stone right now.
We're leaving our options open because what's the fun of an adventurous trip if you don't want to do it anymore?
Spontaneity's the key.
Yes, spontaneity is what it's all about.
Oh, where are we going?
Oh yeah, where are we going?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, where are we going? So we're going to be spontaneous, but we have a general idea of the direction we want to go during the different seasons. So we're going to first start out by going north, and we were hoping to get to Nova Scotia before we need to turn around for the cold weather, but we'll see how that goes and if we get there. And then when it's colder weather, so the fall time, we're going to be heading back down south, probably stop in the Chesapeake Bay, Bermuda area. That's kind of up in the air for where we want to be when we want to be there. And then once hurricane season is over, we're gonna head down to the Caribbean. And then in the spring, if we're still enjoying it and want to keep moving forward, we're gonna head over to the Mediterranean. Yeah, that's across the Atlantic Ocean. So we'll be doing an ocean crossing in the spring if we're still enjoying it. There are specks of land in the ocean, so it's not just straight from the US over to Europe. There's Bermuda, the Azores, and then Portugal. So we have a few little stops along the way. Oh, when are we setting sail?
That's the tough one. So we're setting sail once the boat's ready. Obviously, there's been a lot of boat work, and we've got a few upgrades that we're making to make life safer and better on board. And so it's basically once those ones that are required for safety and comfort are complete. So we've got a windlass we got to put on. Got a new electronics package for...
Oh, back it up. What's the windlass?
Windlass. Oh, it goes up on the front of the boat and it pulls up the anchor. I've been the windlass up until this point. It's been just kind of brute force, hand over hand, pulling it up off the ground, and that's a lot of work whenever you got 150 feet or 200 feet of chain. So.
How heavy is chain?
Oh, Jesus, probably every bit of 300 pounds total, something like that, of chain that ends up getting pulled up, plus the 50-pound anchor that's attached to the end of it. So.
Our windlass gets his workout.
Yeah, that's what keeps me in shape. So I'll get fat whenever the windlass gets installed. So we got the windlass, we got an electronics package with radar and GPS. The radar will help us with identifying storms, and then also for sailing in fog, give us some eyes on what's going on around us. And then the GPS obviously necessary for Atlantic crossings or any time that you're trying to navigate in this modern world, because it gives you exact spot where you are on a nice set of charts that are out there.
Mostly exact spot on a map. You still have to use your eyes and double check that it's not off by a little bit, but for the most part, it definitely helps to have some GPS.
Yep, so got that, and then finishing up the Dodger, which is going to wrap around this hatch here, which is where we come in and out of, and it's going to give us a couple of nice covered seats right here on either side, and then make it so we can open this hatch up without any sort of rain getting in if there's stormy weather or whatever else. So, got to finish that up.
And a Dodger is like a fancy awning or tent or whatever you want to call it. It's an enclosure, so when we're out there sailing and it's windy and rainy, we have some protection. Also, it keeps the sun off the top of our heads, especially his head.
Yep.
Anything else you want?
And that's it. Once that's done, we're out of here.